Hello traders, this is a live trading video with the Top Gainers trading plan. I'm going to run the intro video right now. If you've already seen it, skip ahead 3 minutes. Welcome to Trading Armor. My name is David, and as of the recording of this introduction, it is August 15th, 2022. I've been actively trading the stock market for over 2.5 years now. I'm going to use this introduction for many videos, so check the date of the one you're watching right now. It's probably much more recent. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back and feel free to skip over this intro. But if you're new around here, thanks for stopping by and allow me to introduce myself and give you a few reasons as to why you may or may not want to stick around. My journey as a trader began in May of 2020, and like most new traders, I quickly realized that trading is not as easy as most people make it out to be. In fact, it's downright difficult. Luckily, even when I was new, I approached it with caution, which kept me from blowing up my account. Eventually, I realized that if I had any chance of being a profitable trader, that I needed not only a good strategy, but a well thought out and written day trading plan. I also needed the discipline to trade that plan exactly the same way every single day. I get my discipline from forward testing all of these trading plans by taking 100 trades or more, collecting the data, and from that data I can produce statistics. Once I know my statistics, I can go into the market with some expectation of what's going to happen, and that makes it very easy for me to stay disciplined and stick to my plan. We've already proven a small cap trading plan profitable after taking 100 trades, but we also proved that plan was quite tedious to trade. So right now, I am currently forward testing 2 new trading plans. One of them is for active day traders, people that want to trade the market every single day right at the open. That plan is called the Top Gainers Trading Plan, and the other plan is quite different. Both of them can be traded individually or simultaneously. The other plan is for people that may not be around during market hours or just don't have any desire to sit in front of charts all day. That's the SPXL day trading plan. Now, both of those trading plans have their own playlist on my YouTube channel. So you can check. All right, we're going to cut it there just because the market had just opened. I need to obviously start this routine a minute or so earlier so that we can watch the entire intro video, but for right now, let's just get to trading. All right, so we're looking at the top gainers list. Again, this is all live. Let me just double check. Everything looks fine. So the goal right now is just to get as many ticker symbols on this chart page as possible from the top gainers list. I want to refresh occasionally just to make sure that the top gainers list is up to date. And I'm just kind of finding their previous highs so that I know if we're getting close to being triggered or not. And then when I refresh, I just double check that everything on the chart page so far matches what we're seeing here on the top gainers list. So it looks kind of slow and dead today so far, but that could change at any moment. I realize you guys can't see this one. Let me move this one over. Okay, so that's the top 8 top gainers on our chart page at the moment, and you can see nothing is getting close to triggering yet. I mean, there's so little movement that I don't even really feel the need to. You know what? Let me just double check something here, and then I'll get back to you. Everything looks the same. Actually, on my laptop, I have one stock that isn't here. Let me just try this. Switching back and forth, refresh. There we go. So yeah, it was TRMR and then AGLE. Let's throw that up. That was probably not a good idea to do what I just did, because now I want to reorganize all of these. Doesn't take that long though when you can just kind of click through. So right now I'm just kind of looking at these at a broad view and looking for one that is going to trigger, and just not seeing anything even close to triggering yet. Closest one is probably this TRMR. We'll go ahead and put an alert out at $9. I'm going to get rid of this line. I'm sure that's from a long time ago. This thing's going up, but it's got a ways to go. It needs to get over 1087 before I could trade it according to my plan. Refresh once again. Here's a new one. Let's at least put that in the correct spot. Alright, so yeah, that one's on the top gainers list, but doesn't look so hot here. Don't worry, we have an alert on that one, so I can get that back easily. Alright, there was a big update. VLCN, I mean. 323. FL, oh, that's Foot Locker. I don't remember that one being up there earlier. Put an alert at 4020. Whichever alert goes off first, that's the one that we trade. It's all written in the trading plan. It's kind of like a first come, first serve rule, I guess. And it may seem kind of arbitrary, but you could argue just about any reason for taking an entry is arbitrary. And the only thing that really matters or means anything is that you take that entry for the same reason every single time. You track the results, and then you find out if what you're doing is profitable after 100 trades or more. Otherwise, you're really just guessing. Some people call it gambling. So, let's see. All right, price alert, TRMR. So that's the one. Just waiting for a pullback now. We were waiting for it to get over 9. Did it halt? It looks like it might have halted because it went up So far, so fast. Nope, there it goes. It's still moving. Maybe just low volume. Yeah, it is pretty low volume. I have to say that. In fact, it's not even on the top gainers list anymore, which is kind of strange because it should be. That might be it. Let me just check something here. That's kind of odd because obviously it's up over yesterday considerably. Yesterday's high 849. So I mean it's up near 50% at that 907 level. So that's really odd that it's not showing up here. Oh, there it is right there. Oh, of course. Yeah, not 50%. It is closer to that 12%. That's the problem with doing the math in the middle of the trading days. It was up almost 50 cents, not 50%. All right, 905. And I got an A in Calculus 3, by the way, so math errors happen, especially when you're trying to do 10 things at once. All right, so 905, we're looking for 906. Not a lot of volume here, but it's on the list. It meets all of our criteria for the trading plan to take a trade, so we have to at this point. So now we're looking for 905. So I like to keep my eye on this price bubble over here instead of the candlesticks. I know that I'm looking for 905, so I just watch over here. It's the quickest way for me to trigger my hotkeys and get into a position. I'm going to turn off the camera just so I have a little bit more focus here. So hopefully you guys don't mind. All right. I kind of meant to do that earlier. I like to start out with the camera on, and then once I get into the trading, shut the camera off just so that I have that much more focus. I think subconsciously, knowing you're on camera draws maybe 1% of brain power that could be used maybe for math when I'm trying to figure out percent changes roughly and quickly. So anyway. The good thing about this thing kind of being low volume right now is if other people find out about this stock, then it won't take much to push the price up. But the same thing is true for you know, pushing it down. And actually we have to get in right there. And I did add a little sound effect there so that you can hear when I get in. The low is 885. That's fine. We'll keep it at 884, 893. Figured as low volume as this stock is that my order would have moved the price a little bit, even though we're trading with pretty small position size. But generally that's what you see on these low volume stocks. So let's go to 920 for our 3-hour profit target. And this trade is all done. Whatever happens, happens. If we get stopped out, we can take up to 2 more trades. You can see this thing's got no volume. It's moving sideways here, but that's not one of the criteria in the trading plan, believe it or not. And you might think that's kind of crazy, but again, we had our small cap plan that we had very strict criteria for just about everything. We had criteria for volume, for the daily chart, for the entry, all kinds of stuff. And after over 100 trades of using that very strict criteria, the plan was up 15R, so it was profitable, which seems great. But it took about, with breaks, it took about 9 months to take 100 trades. Without any breaks, it's probably going to take 6 or 7 months to take 100 trades. So, I mean, there were periods, especially more recently, where like 2 weeks would go by and you would not get triggered into a trade, even if you were watching every single day to take a trade. So that's why I decided to kind of go the other end of the extreme and come up with something super simple that would have more mass appeal to new traders, because it's easier to trade, it's easier to understand, and see, because my hypothesis here is that we're going to end up with a very similar, if not better, result than we got with the small cap trading plan, but with less work, basically a lot less work. Not only is each day less work because you have less criteria to look for, but it should take much less time to collect the data, to take the trades. And even when you're not collecting data, when you're just trading the plan, assuming it is profitable after the 100 trades, you're going to get 100 trades much sooner, you know, like in about 35 or so trade days, something like that, maybe 40, 45 trade days, because generally we're taking more than one trade a day. And, you know, if you averaged out 2 trades a day, it's 50 days, obviously 50 trading days to get 100 trades. Whereas before, you know, it took, like I said, if you didn't take any breaks, 7 or 8 months. So that's, you know, like what, 170, 180 days. So it takes a lot longer with the small cap plan with all that strict criteria. And the difference there is the amount of money you can make over time. Even if both plans equal out, where they both produce a 15R profit target, but one takes 180 trading days, where the other takes 50 trading days. Obviously, you want to do the one that only takes 50 trading days to produce that 15R profit target. So right now, we just need to get ready for the next entry. This price action obviously looks pretty bad because we've got these dashed candles, which means low volume. But again, there we go. We're in now. We just don't, the trading plan just doesn't account for any of that stuff. So let's go to 80.79 just for the kind of below that 880 mark. Give this one a little bit more room, and we'll set the profit target accordingly. $907, so almost the exact same profit target as before. I think it was 906 before. Or no, I don't know. You can look back. It's the previous high, so it's been there once, so it could definitely go there again. Doesn't mean it has to. And all we do at this point is just let the trade play out. There's no point in second guessing. There's no point in going back and saying, well, maybe we picked the wrong stock. All that matters is the results after 100 trades, not the results from today. So we just have to keep forging ahead and trading the plan and collecting the data, and then in time we'll know if this thing works in the long run or not. Looking like we're going to get stopped out again here. Let's see. Well, very, very low volume. So this obviously is looking like a pump and dump, and look at that. Wow. In just like a second here, went from 880 up to 889 and then right back down. So you just don't know, even though this stock looks kind of crazy, you don't know if it's going to hit the profit target or not. And that's why I think, just take the trade, come up with a criteria, come up with a simple plan, take the trade, keep taking that same trade over and over again, track it up to 100 trades, and then you find out if it works in the long run. Each trade and each day don't really matter. What matters is what does your data tell you after 100 trades. This plan is profitable so far. It'll still be profitable even after today, even if we have a max loss day and lose all 3 trades. So, we're going to just keep doing the same thing until we hit that 100 trades, or until I get a day job. Right now I'm working on the weekends, so that's what allows me to trade the market open every single day, but I do have some prospects, but I'll keep doing this as long as I can. I enjoy solving problems, and this one is kind of a nice big problem to try and solve. Can you be profitable day trading? Typically I would mute the mic and just let the trade play out, but since this thing is so close to my stop, I'm just keeping the mic live and getting ready for what could be our 3rd trade if we get stopped out here. All we need is a few buyers to show up and to send this thing up. There's just not much volume right now, but that could change at any moment. The other thing that could happen with these low volume stocks is the price could kind of move sideways throughout the day, and in that scenario what we would do is close the trade out at the end of the day for whatever gain or loss it may be. We do not hold any trades overnight. This is definitely one of the drawbacks of the top gainers plan. I don't think it's going to happen often enough to be an issue, but because it doesn't consider volume, it can get you into low volume stock. But again, I'm trying to keep things as simple as possible with as little criteria as possible. Before, with the small cap plan, we had a limit of 500,000 shares. That was what we wanted to see, 500,000 shares or more before we got into a trade. Seems like it makes sense. We had all this other criteria that should confirm that the stock is strong and will continue to go higher, and we used all of that, and we still had a hard time being profitable, meaning that it took a very long time. We were red for a long time in the beginning of that plan, I remember, and finally things kind of turned around, and as I said before, we ended up 15R. I guess the reason why we were red for a long time in the beginning was also because we were trading the 2R profit target. But even with this plan, the 2R profit target has been pretty much green, I think, the whole time. So I think this plan is working out better, even though it's much simpler and there's less criteria that should confirm that you're in a strong stock. So at this point, I'm just waiting for this thing to do something to either stop me out or move a little bit higher, and then at that point I'll probably mute the mic and just let the trade play out, but just got to be ready just in case I get stopped out here. Yeah, see, that's an indication of no volume. You know, it's nice to have the volume down here, but you don't really need the volume. Not to say, so the candlesticks aren't directly tied to the volume, but if you have no volume, you're going to have these sideways candles. And when you have more volume, you can create a candle with some range. But, you know, a candle with huge range doesn't necessarily indicate large volume either. So. All right, there we go. We got stopped out at trade number 2. We have to take the third and final trade. You might be thinking, you know, why don't you just look for something else, look for something with volume? And my argument is that I could do that and get in the trade and it can fail, just like these are failing. So there's no reason to go try and look for something else. I think by continuing to take the same trade on the same ticker symbol, you're increasing your chances. And that's what my data shows me too. Well, on this plan, it's showing, I don't know, I don't want to say anything without looking at the data specifically, but I know on the small cap trading plan that our second entry was almost twice as likely to work out as the first entry. And then the third entry, I believe, was also higher than the first entry, the probability of it working out. So that's why I stick with the same ticker symbol. And it's also just good for trader discipline. If you have any issues whatsoever with trading discipline, going from stock to stock is no way to help that, because that means that, you know, you just have really no idea of what's going on, and that you're just kind of hoping that you find the right stock and that you get into that one, and that one is the one that takes off. And I just don't think that's a really good strategy. This stock is still on the top gainers list all the way at the bottom, TRMR, at least on my laptop. Let me see if it's here too. Yep, right there. But it doesn't really matter. What matters is that since we've already started the whole trading process on this ticker symbol, we need to complete it. We need to complete the trading plan, whatever the result may be. Even if this is a max loss day, a 3 and out day, it's a good exercise of your trader discipline. Don't second guess the choices you've made up to this point. Really, we haven't really made any choices. It's all been made by the trading plan. There's trade number 3. We'll place our stop loss 874 and just let the trade play out. Of course, we need to place our profit target. All right, so this is it. This is trade number 3. We are all done for the day, one way or the other. And right now I'm going to mute the mic. I'll let the trade play out. As soon as my phone dings, I'll know that I need to come back and just sign off, basically, because we're all done. This is trade number 3. All right, so here we go. All right, so we got stopped out of the third trade. Just trying to get see if I can get my camera going back here again. There we go. Sorry about that. I'm using my actual phone now as the camera, so it takes me a second. Just has a better camera. All right, so we got stopped out of the third trade. No big deal. We stuck to the plan. We did everything right according to plan, and we're just going to be tracking the data. So let's take a look at the account. I did not select today's date yet, so we're going to have to do that, August 19th. See how much we lost today, 279. So obviously there was not a lot of volatility in that stock, and our P&L is an example of that. So I mean, in the long run, this is going to result in what is just about a break-even day, because most of our trades so far have been a risk of, I want to say, on average, probably about $4. We'll figure all of that at the end of the test. We'll figure out what the average risk of every trade is. And kind of the whole, I guess, idea behind the plan is that each trade is around the same risk, but you're going to have extreme days like today where the trades were super low risk, and occasionally you're going to have trades that are much higher risk than normal. One of our, I think, one and done days was a high risk trade, and it really bumped up our account a lot. So let's look really quickly at the overall, and then I'm going to do a recap video later today that I'll release for this weekend, going over the results so far, so you can see we're still profitable even after today's loss. What we do need to do is subtract the $1.51 from SPXL to find out, you know, the true P&L right now. But the main thing today is that we once again stuck to the plan. We used trader discipline. We didn't second guess ourselves, and that's it. We took all the trades we were supposed to take, and the results are what they are. That's, you know, you're never going to know what's going to happen with your trades. You can only know what has happened, and that's it. That's what we know for today. We just know what has happened. So as I said, I'm going to make a results up to this point video, a recap video, and I'm going to release it this weekend. So check out that video. That will have all the updated statistics on the spreadsheet. And that's really all we have for today. As always, I'm also trading the SPXL trading plan, but that hasn't triggered a trade in the last couple of days. So anyway, and I'm going out of town this weekend, so if it does trigger a trade, I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to make a video later, but I'll update everybody next week. So as always, go into every single trade with a plan. Stick to that plan no matter what. Always take your stop losses, honor your profit target, and in the long run, you should be green. Take care.